What's up, guys? This is the video for our first lab. Okay, so talking about visualizing the invisible gas. So first thing we did is I gave everybody in class 3 mystery solutions. Okay, so we've got 2 liquid solutions, and then we've got a solid. Okay, and then we had a mixing cup. Okay, the first step of the experiment was to figure out what of these things would make a reaction. Okay, so you guys digital people, I've got a class in here, they just did it. So people in class, what of the cups actually made a reaction?
Green.
Green and what? And the solid. Okay, so what we found out was this cup, the pink, I know it's kind of hard to see that it's pink in there, that was just water. Okay, so the pink cup was just water. There was nothing about that that was going to give us a reaction. Okay, in here we have vinegar, and in here we have sodium bicarbonate. Okay, that's just a fancy word for baking powder. Okay, or baking soda, sorry, not baking powder. We also, for those of you guys at home digital, we put an egg into a cup of vinegar today. Okay, and that's an experiment that we're going to let go all week. The reason we did that was this powder, this baking soda, or baking soda, yeah, sorry, is the same stuff that eggshells are made of. Okay, so eggshells are made of sodium bicarbonate. So what we saw was that this made a reaction, right? So slowly in that cup, the same thing should be happening. Okay, so for you guys at home, the task was I lit a candle, and we had to be able to make the candle go out using a gas that we produced. Okay, so what the students in class found out was that if I mix this sodium bicarbonate, okay, which is just a fancy word for the baking soda, and I'm going to move this to the edge of the table because it's easier, okay, and then I mix in our vinegar, we're going to produce a reaction, and I can actually use this gas to make our candle go out. And to show you at home, there's no liquid in this besides the wax. Okay, so I could tilt it over, nothing drips out. I use just the gas to put it out. So let's try one more time. And for you guys here too, let's talk about why. Who knows what is the most common gas in our atmosphere?
Oxygen.
It's not oxygen. That's a good guess because that's what we breathe, right? What is it?
Carbon.
It's not carbon. It's nitrogen. Okay? So nitrogen is the most common gas in our atmosphere. This gas produced in our reaction is carbon dioxide, is CO2. So that's 2 oxygen molecules and 1 carbon. Okay? That is a lot heavier than just 1 nitrogen. So what happens is our atmosphere has a lot of nitrogen and oxygen and the stuff that's bouncing around, but when I produce this heavy gas at one time, right away before it dissipates and spreads out through the atmosphere, it's heavier than the gas in this room. Okay, so let's do it again. If I mix, let's see if I can do it without rinsing out my cup. Add some more reactants in here. Whoa! That got crazy. But look, I'll try not to spill. Now use the gas. Boom. Right? Again, I'll tip it over. There's some wax in there, but there's no water or liquid that's going to fall out. Okay? So that's why we're careful with labs, because you make a mess. Right? But main idea is that we were able to use vinegar and baking soda. We produced a gas of carbon dioxide, right? And that's what made it bubble. And that gas we can actually use to pour out a candle. So add that to your list of tricks at Thanksgiving for putting out candles. Right? You know, Thanksgiving's kind of, and everybody like tries to be fancy. Like Arthur said he could put out the candle using his fingers, right? When everyone's...
I use the palm of my hand, but all right.
Or the palm of your hand, right? So when everyone's doing tricky stuff to blow out the candles, you could just mix some baking soda and vinegar, and then you just hold it right above it. You just put it out from a puff. Okay? All right, sweet. You guys can use this video to answer the questions.